yesterday I was in a good mood for a lot of it. There, I was happy because the Islanders hired Lou Lamoriello, which is huge for them. We're going to get to them in a second. Then the Jets followed that up by trading Christian Hackenberg. The Oakland Raiders actually gave up a draft pick for Christian Hackenberg, which is absolutely wild stuff. We're going to get into that. But then, where we're going to start today's show, and we usually start with baseball, the New York Mets had to ruin it for me, Mike. They just had to. They said, you know what? Matt can't have a nice day where all of his teams show competency. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign a 37-year-old washed up bum and insert him in the starting lineup. The guy got to the ballpark at 6:45, and he was batting 5th in the order. We're talking about Jose Bautista. Now, you probably remember, if you're a baseball fan, that, hey, in 2011, he had 55 home runs. Great. That was 7 years ago. He has since declined rapidly, Mike.
Right.
Rapidly. You saw it firsthand. He used to play in your division.
Yeah.
Nobody gave him a contract for the longest time this year until Atlanta signed him. In 12 games with Atlanta, he was hot garbage at third, so they released him on Sunday, and then the Mets signed him. So I'm going to read off his 2018 stats. You tell me if this sounds good. He's batting 158 with a 256 on base percentage and a 368 slugging percentage. That's his slash line. Not good, Mike. Not good. And it's not like he's a solid outfielder either. He's 37. Why can't they find someone who isn't a decrepit old man to be a role player on this team? We already have Jose Reyes, who I'm going to get to him after I'm done with Bautista because I got a lot to say on him. And Adrian Gonzalez, who's been okay with the Mets. But he's another trying to catch lightning in a bottle kind of guy. And this is what frustrates me so much with this Mets team, is because they are trying to do things in a very cheap way. They say, hey, Batista's going to cost us the minimum. And yeah, 7 years ago he was good, so let's not sign him up. Well, the problem with that is you have a bunch of aging old players who are way past their prime and not any good anymore, trying to be in the everyday lineup, and it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you were asking me why is it that they signed these decrepit old men to these deals. I'll tell you why they can't get any young guys, because they're refusing their destiny still, and their destiny is to blow up the team.
That's
the only way you get prospects.
They don't really have a ton of prospects right now. Dom Smith, and one that I've recently discovered and has drawn a lot of attention so far this year, which makes sense. Peter Alonso in AA, absolutely tearing it up first baseman. He's hitting 350 with 11 home runs in 40 games.
And they could use a first baseman right now in the Mets.
I certainly think they can, but let's finish Bautista before we get to the rest of the team. The decline was so obvious, and it wasn't just he hit 200 last year, but he still hit 23 home runs. Hold on. Let's look a little bit closer here. If you look at his OPS, so that's on base plus slugging percentage, from 2015 to 2018, there is a rapid decline. The last year he was productive, in my mind, is 2015, and he had 913 OPS. From 15 to 16, it dropped to 817. Then that got followed up by 817 to 674, and now in 2018, it's all the way down to 624. That's a dramatic drop-off over that span.
It's a swan dive.
It is a swan dive. And I don't care that he has the quote-unquote potential to be a huge home run guy, and especially someone to come off the bench when they're facing a left-handed pitcher. I don't care. There has to be a better option out there than Jose Bautista at age 37 years old. You wonder why this team is boring. It's because they're old, relying on the long ball, and nobody hits for average. If it was at least just a mix of Conforto, Nimmo, and Rosario, those kind of players in the lineup struggling, but at least they're developing and you have a future, I could live with that. But your future is not Jose Reyes, Adrian Gonzalez, or Jose Bautista. They're not here in 2019, Mike.
No, they're not.
So why did they get reps and at-bats over a more long-term option. That's the thing that bothers me the most.
Because the Mets are not looking future; they're looking for temporary fix, and that's the essence of their problem. They're not facing their destiny, as I said before. They're not going to succeed and get younger guys until they face the fact they've got to blow this team up. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to be a winning team by sitting here in the middle with all these old guys, like you said. Nobody's hitting for average. It's not exciting to watch. And all of them it seems like every single one of them is above the age of 30 or around 30. It's not fun to watch. And until they face the fact of what they have to do to get more prospects and stop turning to the 36 and 7-year-olds, free agents, signing them, or the ones who were just released from a team like Bautista was, they're not going to do anything until they face that fact.